I'm still surprised by that Empath. I can't believe that we're at the stage of the meta that Empath is actually the hero that is first picked. Like during season 2,
Hmm.
he was like considered a pretty weak support hero. Not, yeah, it was pretty much only support for Sync Esport that was picking up the hero at all. So yeah, great Swift in the meta, and now he's like the top one to go. So fun to see.
Parasite. So again, Ophelia on the board, but Parasite is their option.
Yeah, yes, you can see where Slapter as well. I mean, he was already right-clicked.
Mm.
They kind of wanted him.
They wanted to see if that affiliate would be picked up on the Legion side, but not the case. So, I mean, what do you think? I was going to say, should they still now get an affiliate themselves? Well, they do.
Yeah, I feel like they were like BMG actually had an empath and a parasite in a game earlier today, and they were running that offensive pseudo tri lane versus the Tempest. It was the 80-minute game, and now they were like probably considering the Tempest again, but they weren't, or they didn't want to find themselves in the same position, so they go for the Ophelia instead. And yeah, he has definitely a better chance to box out the parasite from their jungle. So good choice by them.
What was the stat he put out at the beginning? It was against each other. BMG are currently ahead 65% of the win of the time. They've matched them now a total of 20 times, both between the cards of Call and, of course, now season or cycle 1 here of Haunt Tour Season 3. So plenty of matchups, and honestly, only a couple events really. And BMG has that slight advantage, trying to take that to win the series here. They go with Pebbles themselves here as their final pick,
Boy.
and then Glacius coming out for Sync. But yeah, they're going to try Pebbles now.
Okay, so they're gonna try the exact same lineup. They were like so impressed by
That's
Sync
true.
Esports' performance. They're like, okay, let's. We don't want to be worse. But Pebbles versus an Ophelia is not always the best choice. Ophelia is known to be one of the heroes that counter Pebbles pretty well, especially because of that Ophelia's touch. And last game it was actually Sync that were having the Ophelia and the Pebbles and Empath. So this time around, it's not going to be as powerful, I would say, but we will still see how it turns out
Yeah.
with Parasite instead.
Puppet Master, Chipper, Kraken, and Silhouette coming out here with the bands. One more band to go.
The Chipper. Can understand that one. Looking at the lineup, pretty damn offensive one so far. So I would be surprised if we were to see another 80-minute game. I actually think that this is one that's going to be determined rather quickly. Maybe not 50 minutes, but maybe around 30 minutes. I think that one team is going to have quite a lead over the other.
That's on paper, maybe. But who
Yeah, on
knows?
paper. Yeah, I mean, of course, everything can happen. I mean, just going from what I see here in the draft, I mean, there's still two picks. I mean, who knows? I mean, BMG might turn it around completely and just go for, a hard carry or something like that, and then it's a different story. But as for now,
Yeah. Drunken Master, their final ban on BMG's side. And I'll sync and try to think about this. What will be their final ban? A hero that I not that I miss necessarily, but a hero that we don't see a whole lot lately as far as carry potential too. I mean, Sandwraith is kind of coming to mind right here for possibly BMG. I mean, they got the kind of a lineup where a lot of gotcha potential. He's good at assisting with that global presence, and Empath is actually pretty good synergy with a Sandwraith as well. So I would be curious if that maybe is an option, or if they're not even really thinking about it because it's Sandwraith. But
I like the hero in general, and I'm a little bit questionable why it isn't picked up more often, because it does scale very well with the current meta, but if you were to pick it up in this specific game, then you would be forced to send Pebbles solo in the mid lane, and I don't think that's what they are aiming for. But in the future, I can definitely see a lot more Samurf plays. Dr. Repulsor, huh?
they're going to run
Oh,
the Doctor.
man.
Oh, boy. Monkey King
Wait a
Mickey
minute.
has played this again against Reason Game, and he played that in the game 1 of that, and I think it's the game 2 once again. But anyways, played it there and did very well with it in the end.
Yeah, it was actually a very, very close game with a lot of forward and backwards, but in the end, Monkey King was the one who ended up on 500 plus GPM, and, well, Mika, of course, bringing a lot of early game pressure to his opponent. So, once again, I mean, this is leaning towards being determined rather fast.
Yeah, you see that one game example right there with the stat line. That was Mickey against Reason Gaming, so clearly had a very successful game He said it was a very close game in the end, but and definitely a hero with late game. I mean, when you think of the hero, you may think, oh, it's great in the laning phase, excellent for early on snowball potential, but maybe tapers off. I mean, from my experience seeing the hero, and the couple of times where he does get it, he's a strong late game hero, and I think that's because of his skill set and how it allows him to just constantly be so mobile with even bigger and better items in that late game stage. So
I think the abilities are boosted by his attack damage, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure, but they deal more damage depending on how much strength that he has, or agility. So yeah, definitely scaling very well in the late game. It's kind of like Gunblade as well. I mean, he has that ability with shield that scales depending on, it absorbs damage depending on how much agility it has, and I think it's pretty much the same with Monkey King in a sense. So yeah, it's gonna be fun to see another Blood Hunter being picked up here. But BMG, wow, where are they gonna put him in the safe lane versus the Magnus, I guess?
Huh? Yeah.
Well, what? Doctor Pulse? I don't get it.
Maybe they're just going to do maybe like a Doctor mid, Blood Hunter short, and like an aggressive pseudo tri-lane top with Pebbles M. I don't know. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, but Pebbles on an offensive tri-lane, he does well in the mid lane, but offensive tri-lane, I mean, Staglamites, he doesn't have enough mana usually for both his spells early on, and he's very dependent on the bottle and the fact that they are actually like being able to control the runes. But in the top lane, that might be difficult, but... Oh yeah, I'm just not sure. I mean, Ophelia or the Parasite, I mean, it kind of depends on how well he's going to be able to shut down the Ophelia, but if Sync Esports realizes this, which I assume they do, I mean, they're not going to take the risk at least, they're just going to block the hard camp over on their side, and Parasite is going to be completely useless. So I don't think it's going to work. I don't know, maybe it's Jonas of is playing it, so maybe it's a Suicide Blood Hunter.
Yeah. Huh, that's... not your everyday suicide hero, but hey, we have already seen some crazy suicide heroes amongst just heroes in general throughout the cycle once again. So why not finish it off with another kind of just different style of play? And again, a hero like Monkey King, who we've only seen once before as well. So fun finish indeed. I will say Blood Hunter, definitely good potential against a hero that, like a Monkey King, who wants to spam his abilities constantly. The silence is, of course, very good for locking him down. And I think that might even be where BMG was thinking of, like, sure, this doesn't really work with our lineup maybe 100%, but he is so good against Monkey King that we want to get him for that purpose, and we can make him work. So maybe there's some logic there.
Yeah, no, that's for sure as well. I mean, this is the third game in a row that we're actually going to see him in the carry role.
That's true,
or
yeah.
Like the farmer role. It's it hasn't never happened before. So very, very surprising. And this time it's actually Sync Esports. Last two games it's been BMG both times. So
no.
Okay.
All right. So as soon as the potty break is over, then resume on and eventually
yeah,
claim
it seems like
our second one
they're.
champion.
I don't know who Annie is actually. If it's like Mika's little sister or something.
I don't know. Yeah.
Because they're saying that they are singing goodnight to her in Skype list.
Oh yeah.
Sync Esports Squad, that is. In Swedish.
They
So,
troll though, so.
yeah, I think so too. I mean, the time is like 10 minutes past.
It's pretty late, yeah.
Little sister, yeah. School tomorrow, you know.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, for a European crowd, it is definitely getting later over there, huh? As far as the Sunday night / Monday early morning goes. Well, you guys are gamers. They're all gamers. It's fine. Mickey, I'm sure, does have school, though.
Yeah, he did. He was actually complaining a bit about it earlier. That he wanted fast games so that he could sleep and get well rested up into school. But hey, I mean, he's about to compete about like a couple of $1,000 here. I mean,
yeah, difference.
And you can
go
to school.
Exactly. 6 minutes. Yeah, it's not coming up just yet by any means, but there is that rule. Okay, looks like they're ready. And here we go. So the lanes once again. Jonas Fan on that Blood Hunter. Talking about very likely, yeah, gonna end up being a suicide. It looks like not really second guessing that one there. Yeah, Pebbles and I mean, what about a suicide potential? I mean, clearly, again, I want to say he's probably practiced this before. I would like to think this isn't like a completely new thing, but I mean, the feast allows him to regen every now and then if it calls for it. So.
Yeah, you said you needed level 4 before you could eat creeps.
The
Can you
big
eat
creeps,
small
yeah.
creeps?
The small creeps, yeah. At level 1, you can split the big creeps like a Minotaur and things like that.
Okay, so he can pull the lane back then, his own creeps, or okay. But yeah, I mean, this is. I mean, BMG was the one that drafted Blood Hunter before. Sync Esports picked up the Torture was actually first picked, but they couldn't possibly know that he was actually going to the safe lane until the last pick. So, but this scales pretty well because once again, I mean, Torture is up against a hero that's a very, very strong last hitter. He doesn't necessarily have the longest hatchet, but when he finds out that he's against the Torture, maybe he's looking to pick it up. And Torture, yeah, he is having a lot of trouble actually last hitting in an early game because of that low damage.
To clarify as well, he can't deny. He can't use it on his own creeps. It's only offensive,
Okay.
so yeah, he can't
Not
really
even
get
11
lane
too,
positioning.
okay.
No, yeah, nope, not that effect. It's only for enemy creeps.
Oh wait, maybe it's the fact that he actually uses the blood crazy on one of the
true.
creeps.
Yeah, I think I have heard
And,
about that before. Yeah.
Then you can deny it. Yeah, that's what it is. It's not the feast. Okay, so that makes a little bit of sense, but he's not gonna skill it
No,
up
he's not
right
gonna
yet.
do it. Yeah.
But look at this. I mean, the Parasite is heading up here, but it's already blocked by Sync Esports.
Yep.
And with the Ward of Revelation as well. I mean, that's just perfect because it only lasts for 3 minutes. So if Parasite, or when Parasite, after those 3 minutes, he is going to be in his own forest. So then Ophelia can go over and farm it instead. So very smart to use a counter ward instead of a regular ward.
Look at this Magnus. KZU pulling the creep wave, doing the jungle Magnus thing as a Hellboard in the Legion jungle. Doctor's like, I like what you're doing. Let's put the lane over here. And he's going to just farm up the lane off to the side.
Look at the damage, though.
Yeah, okay, there's a stun. If he gets hero blocked a little bit too much right here, one more auto attack. Oh, he's just out of range. Oh, he has the move speed advantage by 5. Yep. Oh.
Yeah, I definitely thought he was dead there. That was close one. That would have been a little bit embarrassing, to be honest.
Big, yeah. Just not enough. Great attempt from KZU, but obviously Exhibit does get away using the health potion. Is now back to full, so very close, but no cigar. Middle lane matchup though are Pebbles Empath versus the Monkey King Glacius. And again, Monkey King, a lot of physical presence. Pebbles, not so much armor early on. We've got to stress that. Only 0.4 at the beginning, of course, so perhaps that could be a chance for a kill if they catch him out.
Definitely. But yeah, you need to make sure that he never gets caught too far up. And I mean, an interesting thing is that I think that Monkey King can actually vault over the wall from Empath.
Again, I don't see why not. I don't think he can use the wall to vault, but more so he can vault over other things over it. Yeah.
But you can vault on the wards, right?
Yes, I believe he can. Yeah.
That's really weird. But,
yeah.
It works.
Just has to be a gadget, yeah. The other time we saw Sync around Monkey King was but in the solo lane. Okay. Yeah, so this time, though, it's more the dual lane setup. Look at the rotation, kind of, though. Empath's actually up here at the top lane now. I don't know if she's looking for something specific or kind of just checking it out. But that does mean Pebbles is alone for the time being.
Not necessarily like the kind of hero that you would want to gank with. Not the Empath, but the Blood Hunter. He's not necessarily going to be able to do too much. But as for now, at least, I mean, as long as he is not showing on the mid lane, Torture was not able to farm. So, I mean, he's 177 or 75 GPM. And look at Blood Hunter, he's actually the leading one right now. So it kind of goes back to the fact that he did pick up the Log's Hatchet and he got an Iron Shield as well. And Torture, having a lot of trouble to last it versus these kind of heroes.
Monkey King going in right there. There we go. Slime has come out. He already got frozen, though. Tundra Blast going to follow as well. So it has the aggressive build on Glacius. And there we go. Monkey King finishes him off with the elusive dash to get the kill. Empath now. He's might be in some trouble. Parasite comes in with a leech. There's a freeze on Empath. The flick back from Monkey King. Another flick. And Empath, the life leech, though, is just enough to keep him alive. And maybe set up a turn kill. Maybe not. Takes over the Hell Cannon and has to fall back. Pebbles is TPing back in. So that should be the end of that exchange right there. But yeah, you see the potential against physical damage against Pebbles and able to do enough right there.
Yeah, and he was just able to vault over that wall more or less. I mean, he doesn't really care about it. I don't think he can dash through it, but that wall he can definitely get over. So even though Empath walled him off from the Pebbles, he was still able to continue to chase. So well played by Monkey King, and of course well played by Insania and Glacius as well. And Pebbles actually going to find Insania in a very, very awkward spot.
Oh, he bottled up the refreshing as well just before. And actually just takes that for himself. So again, doesn't get the kill by any means, but does take away from the Monkey King bottle. And also even gives himself a little bit of boost right there. So well played definitely from Pebbles on that timing. How's this top lane going? Jonas Fan 21-5. against an 18-1 Torture, so he's actually made the Suicide Blood Hunter work just fine, apparently. I mean,
yeah, doing pretty well so far, at least. Not too much pressure either from the Ophelia so far. I mean, he did block this hard camp over here for Parasite, and actually Parasite is back in the forest now. Maybe he realized that it was only a war of revelation, and he's back to, well, take over the Ophelia creeps once again.
Yeah.
But this is risky, because if Glacius finds, yeah, if he gets over here, I mean, then he might... Yeah, this is very risky what he's doing right now. I mean, he's not going to find a creep, just one with half HP. Is this? Yeah, he's going to fall.
He just found the Catman Soldier just to try to get away, but here comes Monkey King, cleans up the Catman Soldier. Parasite in trouble. The wall comes off, trying to help a little bit. Parasite helping to turn around some auto attacks, knowing that he's dead. He does fall. Pebbles, though, he also overcommits now, and Pebbles going to go down. And this is having some very good similarities to last game as far as Sync Esports. Being up 3-0 already early on in this game. Apparently a little bit of server hiccup there once again, but obviously that was just BMG, though. They tried to save their teammate, and that just ended up backfiring a little too much as the support came in, so...
Like, that's the risk if you're playing Parasite in an offensive forest. I mean, you kind of need to have your support ready to support you if you go that deep. I mean, you should never really be at that camp. I mean, you should try to stick to the left side of the forest and just try to put pressure on whatever hero they have in the safe lane. But instead, he runs all the way over to the right camp. And unfortunately for him, no creep left. And yeah, results in a very, very easy kill for Sync Esports.
Pebbles,
look at
middle
this.
lane. Look at how far they're diving right here. Now, good wall off actually on Ophelia right there. Helping to block. Pebbles will stay alive. And now the TP's coming in. Dr. Repulsor maybe going to try to set up a turn kill. Blood Hunter here. Hemorrhage applied to Ophelia. You see Monkey King uses Ophelia as a vault right there. Goes over. He is silenced currently, though. Minotaur stun from Parasite. And down goes Monkey King. Magnus now, he's in trouble. They did kill Dr. Repulsor. It was a 1-for-1 exchange. Pebbles just throwing out stalagmites right there. But eventually going to fall back, or tries to. Magnus catches him, Torture, chain reactions. Oh, beautiful sidestep from Super KG, but the eruption comes out and does him in anyways. Parasite now falling back too, will be fine. But damage done by Sync Esports yet again. Now the 5-1 hero kill advantage. And Magnus will just continue to farm up the middle lane even a little bit right here. So again, the numbers work out in favor of Sync Esports right there as Monkey King ports back mid and now going to continue his farm here. So.
Yeah, very well coordinated by Sync Esports. I mean, they were going for an offensive. They got a pick off on the pebbles that they were seeking for or searching for. And then they just go back. They wait until their cooldowns are resetted. And then they just go once again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very, very well played and very, very smart.
This is one of those games, though. I mean, you look at the GPM chart 7 minutes in. It's not really the prettiest for either side. Monkey King, the only one, not even 300 gold per minute, though. He's just about there. But kind of gives you an idea. Not a whole lot of golds going to any individual hero, at least. Being spread out quite a bit. Blood Hunter actually leading the way for his team, although Dr. Bolster kind of competing with that for the time being. But yeah, Jonas Fan again, he's actually managed to have a pretty good time up here as that Suicide Blood Hunter. He's
doing a really good job. What I think is very important is the fact that Monkey King is the top farmer in Sync Esports, while Blood Hunter is it for BMG. And Blood Hunter, like, he needs to get, well, a fair amount of items before he can actually be useful in those fights. But on the other side, like Magnus and Monkey King from Sync Esports, they can be effective right off the bat. I mean, all they need is some levels, and then they can pretty much one-shot people, or at least go for those gank attempts. So. Definitely favoring Sync Esports by quite a bit by now. They need, or BMG, they just need to like go back to their own forest. I mean, sit mid. They just make sure that Sync Esports cannot get any kills on these pebbles because he desperately needs a porky if they want to win this game. Yeah.
So they're trying to set up a gank in the middle lane, but the Ward of Sight gonna give BMG the information that they need. Well played by Sealkid right there. Just placed that actually, and sure enough, spotted. Glacius trying to come in from the side. Magnus is here, though, and he might be a little bit sneakier. Okay, it's probably seen now. Yeah, they definitely know something's still up. And they're going to have to continue to play this pretty cautiously. So if you're Sync even, I wonder if they're going to try to pick... Yeah, they pick up on that, exactly. Rev Ward goes down, and they get a 2-for-1 whammy right there. As they counter both the Rev Ward as well as the Ward of Sight. That was there in the first place. Top lane, there might be a gank attempt up here. Just a Vagabond leader for Ophelia. But if they get some good locked in for Torture, it definitely could be a kill. But Blood Hunter falling back before giving them the opportunity for the time being. Picks up a Soul Scream ring, actually. So has a Steam Boot. It's going to have a Soul Scream ring into Energizer earlier on. And Dr. Repulsor actually managing about 310 gold per minute now.
There's the Minotaur.
What's that? Oh, the top. Yeah, bottom or top lane even. Bloodhunter. TP in time.
Oh no!
No!
Oh my god!
What? He thought he got stunned.
Yeah,
He
I think that's it.
panicked.
I mean, he cancelled it.
He panicked right there. In the meantime, though, Torture, he's in trouble still. He did apply the hemorrhage just before. Torture, he's locking down Dr. Impulsor. He binds his item just before. He will die. Eruption being gentle in the background from Magnus. He stuns it. He kills the Minotaur. Not the most damage to Parasite, though. And now Magnus is going to just have to see the steam back, try to get away. As Empath also here to support, has a wall up in 2 seconds. Is going to life leech, actually, instead. The stun from Magnus ends up coming out. The nuke on a Dr. Impulsor, not enough, though. Empath does go down, and Doctor might regret hanging around a little too long. As Ophelia still diving. Magnus, is he in range for the stun? No! The ultimate with the ludicrous speed. Just enough distance to get away right there. But no doubt, that was old Bloodhunter panicking and just misclicked.
Yeah, I mean, the chain reaction didn't hit, but I mean, the animation it kind of looked like it did in some kind of sense. So, yeah, I think he just panicked, and unfortunately he moved away. Because he would have been fine. And where that was happening top in Monkey King, and Glaze is also picking up the pebbles once again.
Oh, okay, so yeah, Super KG goes down again. 0-4-1, jeez. It has not been his game here, just like the Devo game last game, actually. Super is kind of finishing out the series. Not the brightest, unfortunately. That is not good news for BMG. Could really use his help. Glacius, meanwhile, will not get away.
Oh my god, that was the Bloodhunter ultimate.
Yep. And, you know, you can joke about it, say, oh my god, kill steal, but no, if he did not do that, that Glacius was porting out right there, so.
Yeah. Very good attempt by Insania. I would have probably panicked myself and just been like, okay, I'm dead. No need to waste a poor TP's cooldown. But he definitely did the right choice, and he would have been able to get away from that one.
Yeah. So Bloodhunter getting a kill right there again after his death. Recovering a little bit too. Monkey King continues to farm throughout all that, though. 350 gold per minute. He's got his Ghost Marchers. Again, kind of like that Drunken Master in the sense of a lot of physical presence. A skill set really does that for him. He doesn't need a whole lot of items to be very useful. At the same time, though, he does use quite a bit of mana. So he's got a power supply. He's got the bottle for some good regen right here. I wouldn't be surprised even to see something like a Grave Locket, though. I believe.
Nope, could definitely be a possibility. Since he got a Ghost Marchers, he's not really the kind of hero that goes for the Energizer. I don't think so, at least. I'm not quite sure what he's actually aiming for.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, top lane is having some... okay, he's actually going to be sent home here. But maybe a Woolwork or something like that?
Yeah. Again, kind of similar to the Drunken style of a lot of physical amplified damage even. Magnus, that's no, that's a real Magnus. He was actually tanking those Ancients damage, but they're going to clean it up in the end. Doing the math, feeling just fine. Magnus getting the majority of the farm. Well, kind of spreading it out pretty even, actually, I think, but obviously still working on that portal key. But Monkey King also wants farm top lane. Bloodhunter is being locked down big time. He cannot get away. Can he get a kill first? No, he cannot. He puts the hemorrhage out, though. The tower is doing damage. The Ophelia's touch comes out. Oh, that was awkward for Plansmeister, but he actually played that pretty well in the end and does survive.
Yeah, very strange situation, but Ophelia's touch is going to keep him up, and now he's going to be sent back as well. So they're using this Ophelia's sending home ability, Ophelia's judgment, very, very effectively.
Making great use of it. Bottom lane, Magnus, he's going to be fine. Xebe has to get out of there as he sees the TP coming in.
Black Legion, actually, on Mickey.
Oh, okay. I wonder, yeah, again, we jumped into that game late as far as when he did play the Monkey King. We jumped out like near the end, so not sure how he started by any means, but interesting.
Well, this kind of makes a lot of sense since he's up against the Parasite and the Pebbles on top of the Bloodhunter, so by having that helmet of Black Legion, I mean, he's going to be able to go balls to the wall more or less and just be in front of every single team fight. Yeah. He's going to get a kill at bottom, though. I don't think he is. Where is he?
The eruption! Oh, he was going for the big play turn. Glacius can't get close enough either. And Parasite will actually put it out.
A Hell Cannon and the creep, so he couldn't go in either.
Oh, that was a good attempt. But, I mean, that is unfortunate, too. Not only because of death, but obviously, well, multiple things. The eruption is now on cooldown, and the portal key will be delayed on top of it all. So, a good pickup altogether for Hanskin there, playing the Parasite, and actually getting close to finishing a puzzle box already. He's got the Neophyte's Book and the Bellsting Armband. He's sitting on red boots, but hey.
And Hell of the Black Legion, a Monkey King is not necessarily screaming farm item by any means. So, I mean, BMG, I mean, if they get some farm up on Dr. Repulsor, if they get a pull key onto Pebbles, I mean, the game is far from over.
Well, again, I think it kind of goes back to what I was just talking about before we saw the Helm of the Black Legion, how, again, this is a hero that really, his skill set allows him to put out plenty of damage. Kind of like a madman in that sense, like I always refer to. So an item like Helm of the Black Legion sure doesn't amp his damage, but the fact that he can survive longer in these fights and is some decent burst damage to the Legion team, ultimately will allow him to do more damage because, well, he's living longer. So, you know, again, there definitely is some logic there. And
yeah, that's a fair point. And if they're looking to take this kind of engagements that it looks like they're doing, then yeah, then it's definitely the right choice to go for. But I wouldn't mind seeing the Magnus hit this pull key before they do so.
I love this. The freeze lasts extra long on the creep, so Vagabond Leader taking a freeze right there. Finally comes out of it. Here we go. Monkey King actually got chucked right there. I don't even think that was kind of weird, but in the meantime, Parasite, he's going to be gone and he will fall. The dive is rolled from Sinky Esports, Torture falling. Bloodhunter gets the kill. He heals right back up, and now he's looking for more perhaps. Pebbles is still alive. He finally falls. Bloodhunter, though, he takes a stun. Down goes Empath. It's just him. No, Dr. Pulsar is here as well. Can he get another kill? He needs his gun. No, he doesn't get the kill. He dies just before. A hat trick for Mickey. Man, if Mickey died a second earlier, Bloodhunter would still be up and helping to clean up most likely, but he was not able to get the kill prior.
And that was so close. If it would have just gotten the kill an instant second before, I mean, they would have completely genocided Sync Esports right there. But yeah, unfortunately for him, he's dying off a split second before. And well, at least Dr. Repulse got 2 kills, and that was very, very even. I would still favor BMG in that trade, even though I'm not sure what happened with the tower, if it got denied or if it got killed. Yeah, it actually got killed. So
yeah.
Yeah, Magnus is going to be getting his pull key here any second. Oh, look at Dr. Repulsor.
Yep, finding Ophelia right here. Can he do it in time? No, he cannot. Pebbles also out of range, but he chucks it. Doctor gets the kill, and now actually Glacius is also going to fall. The Courier's also in a vulnerable spot, but, well, the invulnerability is used, and it's going to be fine. Here comes the Hellborn team, though. They're going to collapse. Sync wants revenge, and revenge they're going to get, damn it. Dr. Repulsor does go down. Can they get more? Pebbles on the run. There's the cloud coming out from Monkey King. Pebbles like, get off me, bro. Chucks him away. Skeleton King that comes out as well from Parasite, but Monkey King's not going to let that go without a response either. Parasite is going to be caught, and he does fall. And, you know, you love the assistance, but I wonder if, I don't even know if Parasite honestly needed to be there for him to get away.
He was too overconfident being in that creep, as most Parasite players are nowadays. So, yeah, a bit unfortunate for him, but very, very well played by Mickey, just ignoring the fact that he's in the creep and ignoring the fact that Pebbles was still around with the Staglamites. Just, yeah, going for it. Well played.
Magnus gets his portal key. Big news for Sync there.
Oh boy, and he is level 11. I mean, this can be disastrous if BMG is actually deciding to take this defense.
Yep.
They are going to toward in.
They're going to try to make something happen here. He does avoid the lava surge, but Pebbles, the eruption going to be going off. He does go off. Pebbles goes down. And Dr. Repulsor needs to get away. Again, Parasite in the Minotaur. He's going to come out, though. Here comes Bloodhunter. He gets the 1 kill, though, on a Torturer. The Hemorrhage was used. Silence now on a Magnus. It looks like, no, the chase is on. Can he get the kill? Yes, he can. Magnus goes down as well. And Bloodhunter doing the snowball like he can do. Blood sets up in 1 second, but then we're going to see a pour pack on a Monkey King. He knows that, so he goes right for Ophelia. Smart decision there. Dr. Repulsor just in range for the auto attack, but Bloodhunter does not want to risk it in chasing further.
It actually falling out. Didn't realize it, though.
So good. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, the time just ran up. It must have. And he goes down.
Standing still at the tower, waiting for that Monkey King to come in.
Oops.
Oh, damn.
Okay, well, no, there's a silence on Monkey King like you're talking about. Again, that's a good duration. It's only level 1, but still 6 seconds at level 1. Monkey King, though, it does wear off. He chases Parasite. Parasite again falls. Big plays from the Hellborn team. Sync Esports continues. Another case of using the Chuck defensively. Doctor's still solo in mana. So BMG overcommitting yet again, unfortunately. And it looks like they're going to lose more. Dr. Pulsar, yes, will go down. Another hat trick for Mickey, but at what cost? He's in trouble. Can he get the kill? Bloodhunter just before. Once again, yes, they can. Bloodhunter goes down. A quad kill for Mickey. He does fall, but a lot of damage done. However, buybacks. We have a crazy game continuing here. Dr. Pulsar now finds Ophelia. And Ophelia, can she actually get away? No, she cannot this time. But once again, she did TP back. Torture right there. And I think it's finally come to an end. Has it?
Crazy action non-stop in these games. I mean, neither team wants to disappoint us. And neither team wants to give in. I mean, their hearts are really into this game.
34 hero kills, 19 minutes in. That's pretty damn crazy. Nearly a 2 kill a minute average, and even if we're getting close to that, it's always pretty crazy. Hell, having a 1 hero kill on average is actually usually a pretty intense game. So that's exactly what we're having here, though. Torture cleaning up these triple stack ancients in the meantime. Jeez, that's going to be some nice hefty farm for him. As you see, we're on a tablet here.
Who?
Torture, I believe it's going to be tablet on top of the Sackstone. Right. Yeah. So
yeah, with the mage item. Yeah, that's probably correct. A lot of early game items though. Both the sacrifices stone and the tablet.
Pebbles pushing out the top lane. He has 1,700 gold saved up, so he still is trying to work on that portal key. Again, Super KG, he had 4. He was like 0-4-1 earlier on. He's 2-7-6 now, so he's actually been a little bit more impactful as far as being a presence here. And the gold's got to show in that, but as I say that, yeah, he needs to be careful because they are coming for him.
Oh my god, I mean, he's so gonna stay here because he wants that portal key so badly, and there it goes.
There's the eruption, Torture with a follow, and down goes Pebbles. Yeah, it's exactly. It's so tempting, but at the top tier player like this, a team like Sync, they're gonna take advantage of that. The timing was perfect, and they get the kill onto him. So his portal key will continue to be delayed here in the end. And I was gonna say, what do you think Doctor is gonna be going for? But it looks like he is going for that icon. Bottom lane, yeah. Silence comes out. He's gonna try to run away. His blood on her, but Empath once again not so good. They did get the tower kill, however. So actually not too shabby in the end.
Yeah.
Smackdown kill happens.
Monkey King unfortunately misses. Blood Hunter porting out there. But yeah, I mean, they're going to defend top now, actually.
They're going to try for it. Dr. Pulsar, he just got that icon. Parasite again. Handskin, man, it's not been his game. It feels like he gets locked out again, ends up falling. Doctor, though, with the icon. He's moving around left and right. If they get the kill, that buff's going to kick in. He gets the kill. And now Ophelia's going to be pulled back in with the magnetic contraption or whatever it's called. Down goes Ophelia. And so 2-kill reaction, opposite charges. Whatever. Anyways, so they're going to push out the top lane, but the bottom lane is being pushed in by Sync.
Yeah,
as
very
a response.
beautiful sidesteps with the ultimate by Sibyl in that fight. I mean, constantly making sure that those Minotaurs would not be able to stun him. So, very good micro on his part, and yeah, another tower falling for Sync here at bot lane. But the most important part, Pebbles actually got his portal key, finally. So perhaps they're actually going to be getting a tier 1 tower here at the top lane. And the Dr. Repulsor is actually taking over the leading position as the one with the most experience in this game.
Wow, that's a stat line right there. BMG looking to fight back some history. Mickey has not lost when he's gotten at least 10 kills. And guess what? He has 10 kills. 10, 3, and 4.
That's quite a record for him.
That is. I mean, that's honestly pretty impressive. So if Mickey is turned, if he's looking good for you, then usually that results in victories, as we see on that stat line right there. So that's very good news for Sync. They attempted Kongor at least a little bit, kind of poking in there. But something kind of scares them off. And Parasite again, I mean, it seems like this is happening over and over for him. The Hellflower comes out. He has Puzzle Box, but he can't even use it because of the Hellfire. Pebbles with the response, though. Here comes Dr. Pulsar. Monkey King is getting low. He cannot get away. He's very low on mana. He does use a Launch Him Slam, but he cannot port over it with the flip. He does go down. However, the lockdown of the Dr. Pulsar and Parasite. Magnus with the eruption, and it gets the 3 dead. And all of a sudden, it's just Pebbles alive. Beautiful eruption stun from KZ right there. And Sync's going to push middle now.
Yeah, this just keeps happening. I mean, BMG or Hanskin is way too confident when he's in those creeps. He doesn't realize the fact that, I mean, one freeze from Glacius and you are literally out of your creep. So, very well played by Sync. Once again, taking advantage of the situation and getting those, yeah, very well needed kills.
Yeah. I mean, Hanskin's 4, 6, and 3, so again, he has been active, but I just feel like he keeps running into these fights, unfortunately, and just simply, as you put it, gets frozen, as we saw there. Monkey King just jumps from right away and just dies pretty quickly, so another case right there. And obviously the clumping up didn't help either. Magnus now even finishing a tablet. That's all outer towers are already destroyed in favor of Sync Esports. We're only not even 24 minutes into this game, so looking very good for them once again. The Sackstone on Dr. Repulsor, or Icon on the Goddess, excuse me, on Dr. Repulsor, does have 3 charges on it, and you know his farm is still okay, 370 gold per minute. Apparently, a lot of BMG's help are going to rest in Jonas'
It's not bad by any means. Oh, Silk is going to be found off guard here. Yeah, a good thing for Sync that they're actually keeping the vision up and just punishing BMG whenever they're trying to get those wards up. So, but that BKB timing ahead, both Bloodhunter and Dr. Repulsor, I mean, that's kind of a turning point, because then not only Torture, who actually went for the Gnome's Wisdom, by the way, instead of the Tablet, but also the Magnus Eruption and the Glacius and all that, I mean, they're pretty much going to be able to do whatever they want in the team fights, as long as Monkey King doesn't get a Hellflower off first. So, even though you're in a pretty confident spot in Sync Esports, they need to be careful, because if they throw one team fight, I mean, the tables are going to turn.
That was interesting right there. Magnus actually, Hemorrhage was applied to him, but he just steam bathed, and well, they couldn't do anything about that. So, you know, the Blood Sense obviously wasn't kicking in yet because he wasn't low enough. So, he's fine, and he's going to help assist on the Conqueror right here. Sync, it looks like they're definitely getting this one. Yeah, BMG not interested whatsoever in terms of stopping this, so most likely a token on Monkey. Oh, no, they got a Torture, okay. They're digging for the Torture here. He is the farming Torture, as you mentioned, the Gnome's Wisdom he just got. Now actually another 2,900 gold saved up, so he actually has quite a bit of choices here.
Boy. 400 GPM Torture, not too shabby at all. I wonder what he's going for. If he's going for the BKB, or if he's just gonna go for the more of a farm items, or the teamfight supportive item that he's already going for. I wouldn't mind seeing him go a little bit more towards the carry role. I mean, Mick is sure he's going to be carrying pretty well with his 500 GPM already, but a sheepstick maybe?
Yeah.
Could be pretty good versus not only the Doctor, but also the Bloodhunter, as soon as the BKB pops out.
Well, 26 minutes into this game, the fact that he's even getting close to that already is pretty impressive. Like you said, I mean, he's kind of been overwhelmed by his teammate in Monkey King, but yeah, 400 gold per minute. Not too shabby for Flensmeister right there as well. So the puzzle box on Parasite, by the way, I was going to check, actually. I can't, though. I want to say it's at least level... maybe not. It still might even be level 1, actually. This farm, again, really hasn't been the best with the way the game's been going, but still level 1 puzzle box, soon to be level 2. 2,000 gold saved up on Dr. Repulsor here. Yeah, you look at that, too. The gold efficiency right now, nearly 100% actually for Sync Esports, where it's only 74% for BMG, which is actually still not too bad. But I think a lot of that comes down to, though, just how much action there's been in this game. All the tower kills and 29 hero kills.
You know what? This game... This is going to take a drastic turn now, because this is base race.
Apparently we have a base race. Why? I'm not sure, but out of nowhere, we have a base race. A double damage Pebbles. Oh my gosh, that's going to be a melee Rex for BMG. They're going to get it. I don't know if Sync's going to get it. They fall back, but they don't get there in time. Will they get the melee Rex on BMG's side? It looks like they will. So at least it's an even exchange, but as a team being behind, you probably like that if you're BMG. Or you don't mind that even.
And it might even get kills out of this. I mean, Monkey King is going in out of Parasite once again, Halfhard.
Again, it's Fritz for B-Man. But in the background, Monkey King going to be locked down. 5 Pebbles right here. He gets healed up with the Ophelia's touch. Can he somehow get away with the joust? No, it's not going to happen. Bloodhunter finishes him off. And down goes Monkey King. Heavily Vault. Couldn't be used in time. So yeah, they knew they had the numbers advantage right there because of who TP'd back on Sync. And they at least take advantage there and get a kill. So yeah, sure, they both lost to Rax, but definitely BMG has got to be pretty satisfied with that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Sync Esports was in such a solid position. I mean, sure, they did have the Ophelia, so not necessarily the best hero to, you know, port back and take a defense, but, I mean, those creeps are not going to do that much. And I mean, if they were to port back with 4 heroes, they definitely would have been backing off, the BMG that is. And also the fact that, well, BMG got a top racks, and Sync Esports got a mid racks, and it's also well, it's much better, simply said, to have a long range racks than the mid racks, because the mid racks is also a lot easier to defend and to counter push. So yeah, that favors BMG big time. So very questionable decision by Sync. I mean, they even had a token, and still they went for that kind of trade. It was quite obvious as well that it was going to happen.
See, I mean, I'm not as taken back this game, honestly, than maybe I was the first game, but Staff of the Master just picked up by Torture. Apparently, it's just what happens that we have back-to-back games.
Yeah, this game actually it makes sense, though.
Yeah.
You want to know why?
Because of Bloodhunter.
Yeah, exactly. The silence effect.
Yeah.
The
So
ultimate goes through silence if he gets Stafford Master.
As far as the last game goes, there were a couple people in chat kind of talking about that, how it's like maybe he was getting it because at that point they needed to win a team fight with like a Tempest Ultimate and Torture, and they figured that was their best way with him just putting out intense damage with his ultimate. But so maybe that was a little bit of logic that Jonas Fan had last game. But yeah, no. Anyways, the point is this game though it does make a lot of sense. And actually a pretty cool effect that you see happening right there with all the chains now floating around. But she's going to be in the front line. She's got the token for 45 more seconds. See Magnus off to the side. He's level 16. Look at the top lane, though. Bloodhunter is going to finish off the range racks up here. Meanwhile, Sync Esports are going to continue pushing, but Bloodhunter might just keep going, actually. As far as even more bait, no, that he's going to need to get back because here we go, Empath. He's going to be taking out the wall off on a Torture, though. Can he get tableted or something? He's in a horrible spot. He's going to end up falling most likely. Yes, he goes down. Token going to bring him back up, but not the best use of the token in the end. Will they be able to take out the melee racks is the big question here.
Yeah, big thing is that if Magus would have been on the other side, in the Legion side instead, then there would have been a full eruption coming up there on Torture, but since they haven't won, it's only the Pebbles and he hasn't finished his big B, they couldn't really jump.
There's the jump on a Torture in the background, silence applied to him, he is taking a good amount of damage, but eruption goes off, the Glacial Downpour as well, and BMG just melts away. Dr. Pulsar does buy back, Bloodhunter trying to do what he can to stay alive, maybe gonna kill him, not gonna happen though, he falls down, he does have a buyback which he uses immediately, now Sync. Will they overextend? It's been BMG the one that's gotten they're the ones that have been doing it throughout these series here. Is it Sync's turn to maybe overcommit a little bit too much? Maybe not. Pebbles goes down, and Monkey King is still well alive, actually. In the background, he's chasing out Empath, gets a kill on her. Bloodhunter after the buyback, he's looking for a kill on a Magnus right here. But he takes a stun, actually, and if he doesn't kill him quickly, he is going to fall himself. Oh, he goes down. A hat trick comes out for Mickey, and did Sync just do it?
That's the 30-minute mark. Kind of predicted a fast ending, and it seems like it is.
GG, well played. Sync Esports are your Season 3 Cycle 1 tournament champions here, as they do defeat Bad Monkey Gaming 3-2 in the end, and take the title amongst the bigger prize pool and the bigger points. So well played by Sync Esports in the end. The carry Monkey King coming out from Mickey, and that's what took care of business when it was all said and done. What a series, obviously, overall, but, I mean, especially with Sync. Being down, I mean, they were up 1-0 coming in. They lost the first 2 games, including that 80-minute game 2 that put them down 2-1 on the verge of losing the series. And yet they responded with a hell of a quick game to follow that they won, and then, of course, this final game here that they took in the end. So, Sync, I think
big team effort really from Sync Esports. I mean, they certainly didn't disappoint neither us nor BMG nor any viewers or the home community. I mean, this was the grand finals that we were definitely deserving of seeing here tonight. And yeah, big congrats to Sync Esports for finally pushing down BMG from that #1 spot on the throne.
Yeah. So congratulations, no doubt, to Sync Esports. I'm sure they're feeling pretty good, as late as it is over there, but feeling pretty good about this victory over at BMG. And sure, the discussion can now be had of them being the top team right now, but the fact is, results kind of speak for themselves, and they did take the Cycle 1 over BMG, so kind of let that sink in the end. But
yeah, new cycle, new master.
Exactly.
That's how it is.
Exactly. It's going to be interesting to see, obviously, how the season continues on with Season 3. Of course, this is just the first of 8 cycles, and especially with 1-week breaks in between, there's a lot of time here, man, before, ultimately the world finals to follow and everything else, but that's, of course, getting ahead of ourselves. But Cycle 1 kicks off with, again, a victory for Sync Esports. BMG, obviously second place, not too bad in the end, but it's got to be a little bit discouraging, too, knowing that they were so close to claiming the title here and getting their bigger share. But, again, good money on the line, like pointing that out right here. So Sync Esports will go home with the $8,000+ BMG does good, $5,700. But then there's also the points, and then just, well, being happy as Sync is. So I am trying to set up an interview right here with Kazu once again. It looks like he just needs 1 minute, so as soon as he's ready, we'll grab him on and get his insight and take on how this series went and how he's feeling here.
Yeah, he's probably pretty happy by this time.
I would imagine so.
I mean, all the hard work that they have put through in the last couple of weeks has really paid off. I mean, they have been scrimming constantly almost every single day, and they have been more or less undefeated. But when it comes to today, I mean, those games could have gone either way, and it was a very, very good effort from BMG as well in the end. But Sync Esports standing strong, and I guess that kind of shows a bit that practice, it goes a long way.
Yeah, practice can definitely pay off. So, yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy to see them win it in the end for many reasons. In terms of also just like you pointed out right there, they have been practicing, they have been really playing together. Clearly, this is a team that's definitely coming more and more together as far as just all of them, and they have put in some pretty hard work. So, deservingly so, taking home the throne. But it's going to be interesting to see again how BMG responds now going in the next cycle and what all the teams are looking at as far as continuing on. But okay, it looks like KZU is ready right here. So go ahead and add him to the call. And there we go, KZU.
Yo, what's up?
What's up with you? How's it going?
I don't know, everything.
Feeling pretty good
right now.
Yeah. Big victory, to say the least. So, we had the chance to have you come on the pregame just before the series, and now it's over. So, was that did that go as planned? I mean, that play out as you expected?
As planned, but we still won, so not too shabby.
Yeah. How about that, though? So, again, you came in 1-0, of course, coming from the winner's bracket. You were down 2-1, though, especially after that long 80-hour, or not 80-hour, 80-minute
80-hour night.
Still, pretty long. But what was your guys' mindset after that game?
After that, we at least felt that from first to second game we played a lot better, and we had our game plan a lot more down than in the first game. So we were at least happy with the performance. It wasn't good, we lost obviously, but it was okay. We just made sure that we play our game in the next game, or the next two following games after the long one.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we had to stop playing their game and had to play our own. And it worked out.
Safe to say. I mean, speaking of that following game, I mean, Mickey was a big part of that too. On the Pebbles, that was fun to watch. The Pebbles Empath actually took over that middle lane and kind of worked out from there. But I mean, as far as the series and how it played out, so what does this mean? Like you said before, so are you more excited about the fact that you guys can be considered the #1 team right now, beating BMG here?
Yes, a lot. It means a lot more than anything else, like money or whatever. It means a lot winning the series.
Yeah. So a long season ahead of us with that said, but is this a taste of things to come? Do you guys think you're going to be able to hold on to your throne now and move forward in the cycles, the same results?
If we keep playing like we're playing right now, and we wake up earlier than we did today, in terms of playing as a team together, then we should be able to do it, because we're practicing a lot.
Yeah, and deservingly so. So, obviously BMG is the competition right now, but what do you make of the upcoming competition? We have plenty of teams right now, Willow Keeper, Reason Gaming still there, of course, and other teams that maybe we don't even know too much about yet, but what do you think of the upcoming teams?
What I think about them is that all they need to do is just practice and play. Like, there's a lot of money, and it's not that hard to get right now, because there's not that many top teams. If teams just practice, they can easily get on the level that BMG and us are on, but what they need is practice and, like, getting their team play together.
Yeah. I gotta ask, so that game 1 that you guys played, was that your secret? Well, you kind of hinted at something different. The Suicide Balfagor, was that something?
Can you say that again, please?
Well, yeah. When I had you in the pregame interview, I mentioned it. Do you have anything up your sleeve? Are you anything special prepared? And you said maybe. We'll see. Basically, I was wondering if that was it. If there's still other things that you have.
That was not the one I was talking about. Okay. I've been playing. Are you talking about the Balfagor Suicide or what exactly?
The Balfagor Suicide. Yeah. I mean, we've never seen that before.
Yeah.
So what was the idea with that?
No, it's situational. We thought it would be good, and I've played it before. It's not the biggest card we have in the sleeves, but we wanted to try it, and it felt fitting. Didn't turn out so well in the end, but it's worth a try.
It's worth a try, and obviously the series was won, and that's what matters. So, Snooey, you have any questions, man?
Well, I would like to start off with just saying congratulations to you personally and the entire Sync Esports squad for being the winners of Hunter Season 3 Cycle 1. You guys have definitely been training and screaming quite a lot for it, and I'm glad that you won in the end. And I think that I only, or not only speak for myself, but for the entire community when I say that we appreciate that you guys from Sync Esports are doing such a great job on keeping the streams up on the Huntor or the Hun Heroes of New Earth Twitch channel. I mean, I truly appreciate it, and I'm tuning in every day to watch you guys play team matchmaking. So, yeah, I hope you guys are going to continue doing that. And well, good luck in cycle number 2.
Oh, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure my team does too.
Yeah.
We plan on keeping streaming every day. I don't think we have any intentions of not doing it ever,
That sounds,
as long as we can.
Sounds great.
Yeah,
That's
thanks a
good
lot.
stuff. How does it feel being one of the lowest APM players on the scene, as far as the competitive scene goes?
Nice, cool question.
Because
I don't know. I've always had...
to me,
Yeah.
APM's everything. I mean,
Oh yeah,
so
APM equals skill.
yeah. I mean,
That's why make us number 1, I guess. The APM master.
I usually finish.
I've always
with the
had
highest
low
so-
APM. When I started playing, I had like 70.
I
I don't
know,
know, but then it's been going up slowly.
it's picked up. You're at 130 in this game. Okay, so yeah, it's moving up. It's moving up.
I'm working on it.
All right. Well, get better. Anyways, I mean, as far as myself, there's not much else to say here other than, like, you kind of say, congratulations. So, any final words, any shout-outs once again you do want to make here, Casey?
Definitely to my team. We didn't play that well in the first 2 teams, but putting a team effort together, we just looked at our mistakes and tried to make it better. And working as a team, we just completely turned it all around, and it was day and night from game 1 to the last game.
Mhm.
And I'm very happy we won today. We played so well together. That's basically the most shout out I want to make, goes towards my team and my fans. I really appreciate every single one of you.
All right. And again, just to think, this is just the beginning of On Tour Season 3. It is. I mean, here we are, Cycle 1, obviously in the books now. Again, Sync Esports, of course, victorious, deservingly so over BMG, 3 games to 2, but this is just cycles to come. We got definitely a fun season. What do you think about the 1 week break, by the way, Casey? So you get this next weekend off here. You like that?
Overall, I would say the week off is good, but I think that we need a little more tournament games being played.
Yeah.
What we played now in this first cycle, last week we played Saturday two series, and then this week we played yesterday once and today once.
Okay.
Of course, the series today was very long, but I would say if there's like a few games perhaps throughout the week, or even if it's like the King of the Hill that we had with like a little more money than 50 or whatever we had. Anyways, like just a little more games. It would be really nice to have it that way.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if S2 is planning on doing that, but at least I myself, and I think if I speak for many others too, we would really enjoy that.
Hey, I mean, I think it's safe to say across the board. I mean, hey, more tournaments, the better. So I wouldn't be surprised if definitely things come up. I'll put it that way. So, again, congratulations, Casey, on the victory. Thank you once again for joining us, man, and have a good break, and we'll see you obviously come Cycle 2. Congratulations on the victory again, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you.
Yep.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, there we go. So Casey joining us from Sync Esports, of course. Talk about the victory.
Yeah.
I think it's always
Fairly happy.
yeah, it's always good hearing those reactions like that, where players genuinely are happy, and he no doubt is very happy, as should be. It's again, as you put it, it's been putting in some big work, or a lot of work, to get this victory here on the end, and they did. So that's going to be a good feeling. But I still can't believe. I mean, I have to keep reminding myself even that this is just the beginning. This isn't even like the ultimate grand finals by any means.
For some reason, it kind of feels like this was like the end.
Yeah, it's like, all right, see you next year. No, it's not the case. Oh boy, it is just the beginning. But still, great nonetheless. And yeah, what a day though it was. Obviously, we started off with the losers bracket finals, and BMG took that series over Willow Keepers, but here we are with BMG versus Sync, and the series that we expected it to be, just entertainment from the get-go, constant action, and it finished that way. And again, Sync victorious. So, Znooey, I want to shout out to you, and really appreciate you helping me co-cast this weekend in place, Mini Maga being out of town, so a lot of fun as always, and appreciate that. So, any final words from yourself as far as any shout-outs or anything for a wrap-up here?
Well, I could give a shout out to Twitch TV/Snowy, of course, if you want to watch high-level scrims during the weeks, and also whatever, Huntor games that are not covered by Huncast, I will try to cover whenever I have time over. Other than that, well, shout out to Minimaggot, of course, for following from sunny Spain, and he's actually been typing a little bit. We've been chatting on Skype as well, and he's been giving me a little bit of tips, and we've been talking throughout the games and stuff like that. And I really appreciate that. You know, he's putting his time into it, even though he's on vacation. So big props to him, of course. And other than that, no, just it's been a blast. I hope that the community and everyone that's been watching has been enjoying the cast during this weekend. And well, it's very late now. It's 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. Sorry, here in Europe, in Sweden. So it's time to bed. So just have a good night.
All right. Yeah, have a good night indeed, guys. Again, wrapping things up officially. Again, Sync Esports takes it over BMG 3-2. So cycle 1 is there. Cycle 2, though, and again, very important to note, guys. You go to hunter.com. You can check out the calendar there as well to reiterate it. But again, so we're going to have a weekend break here. Like Kizzy was talking about, though, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. I believe the plan is to definitely have other events in place on the weekends where Hunter is not happening. So, but as far as coverage goes, I'll keep you guys updated what the plan is as well. But if anything, having events for you, the community, even to participate in, just fun, open, public events. Definitely have fun with that. So, but Cycle 2 will be a couple weekends from now, so just under 2 weeks away before we get kicked off with that. And again, with that said, Esports Plinko, baby. Keep on playing that. Right now, Cycle 2 prize pool is actually up to just about $20,000. And if I'm correct, I believe there's actually still at least a week left on that, if not like a week and a half. So there's still plenty of time on that to raise that Cycle 2 prize pool and get it upwards of close, if not even more, than what Cycle 1 was. And, you know, helping to support the esports